I walked into the living room and sat in the same spot I had just earlier that day. I had been secretly pleased to see Jane in her diaper then, but now I felt horrible. This was just too much. Jane walked in and sat on the couch, grabbing a throw pillow she tried to cover herself. Her mom entered next and without a word walked past Jane, grabbed the throw pillow, and tossed it into the corner of the room. "Mom!" Jane shrieked, bending in half to cover her once again state. "Sit up straight, Jane," her mom ordered. Jane sat up, leaving her diapered bottom on display. "Mom, I'm not," Jane started. "A baby," her mom finished. "Well, what do you call someone who wets their pants and diapers? And then lies about it to their mother? What would you call that, Peter?" She suddenly turned to me. Did she expect me to answer? I don't know," I stammered. "Well, I know. I call that person a baby," she spat out the words. Jane meanwhile sat on the couch, crying. "Do you know what this baby did?" Jane's mom said, still talking to me, "The baby peed her diaper and then tried to hide it from me. But I guess you know that, don't you?" She continued, "The way I figure it, Jane couldn't have done this on her own. She doesn't have a car. So someone would have had to get the extra diaper for her. And since you are her only friend to speak of." She left the statement unfinished. I had no idea what to say. Fortunately, Jane's mom didn't seem to expect an answer. She turned back to Jane. "Get over here now." "Mom, not now, not in front of Peter," Jane pleaded. "I promise you this. If you ever want to see Peter again, you will get over here now." Jane stood up and slowly walked towards her mother. I held my breath, unwilling to believe what was about to happen. With one fell motion, Jane's mom grabbed her and pulled her over her knee. "Wetting yourself? Lying? Running away?" Jane's mom exclaimed. "I guess I really do have a baby here instead of the young lady I thought I had." With that, her hand flashed into the air and she started furiously spanking Jane's bottom. Every fantasy I had ever had was coming true before my eyes, but instead of being elated, I felt sick to my stomach. Jane's mom stopped and stood Jane up. Jane quickly retrieved the goodnight, her sole piece of dignity, from the floor and put it on. "So Peter," Jane's mom turned her attention back to me, "I assume I am right about you helping my daughter lie to me." I didn't know what else to say. "Yes, ma'am," I said quietly. "So you get my daughter home late one night and then help her lie to me the very next day." At that moment, I tried stupidly to take the fall. "Please, ma'am, it was my fault, the lie I mean." I was getting Jane a dry goodnight from the pack in her room and Jane's eyes went wide. I realized my mistake. "So you were at the house with he alone? What else did you do that I don't know about? Is she pregnant?" "What? No, ma'am. We're just friends," I tried to explain. "Still, you were here unsupervised with my young daughter. How do I know you didn't force yourself on her?" "Mom, he didn't." Jane tried to interject. "Be quiet, child, unless you want another spanking." With the paddle, her mom snapped. Jane shrank back onto the couch in silence. "So as I said, Peter, you have spent I don't know how many days alone here with my daughter. Who knows what you could have been doing to her? I doubt you know this, but I have quite a few friends in the police department. All it would take would be a call. Who knows what I might tell them? Maybe that I came home and found you forcing yourself on her, that she won't say anything because you threatened her. Like I said, I have friends." I sat there staring in shock and disbelief. Words failed to come. Was she serious? Certainly the charges would never stick. But they could make my life very inconvenient for a while. And innocent people have gone to jail before. "Where are they?" her mom asked. "Where are what?" I hesitated, not wanting to know the answer. "The rest of the diapers you bought for Jane? I assume you bought a whole pack." "Where are they?" she repeated. "In my car," I answered. "Go get them, please." I walked slowly to my car, again considering making a run for it. But Jane's mom's threat seemed real to me. After everything I had witnessed, I was sure she had no problem following through. I retrieved the open package from my car and went back into the house. "Put one on," Jane's mom said simply as I walked back into the room. "What?" "No," I exclaimed. "Look, Jane has her own pack up in her room," she explained. "The way I see it, you paid for these, so they must be yours. So put one on." She's not kidding, I thought. Hardly believing what I was about to do, I pulled a goodnight out of the package and headed towards the hall bathroom. "No, put it on here," Jane's mom commanded. "Here?" "I can't." "You can't," now I was the one stammering. "I can, unless you want me to make that call." Still in complete disbelief, I stepped into the diaper and pulled it on. It was way too small for me and stretched uncomfortably around my groin. "Shirt off too," her mom stated flatly. I pulled my shirt over my head. Now I too was left standing in just a diaper. I dared not look at Jane. "Now, look, I have 2 babies," her mom mocked. "Except one of my naughty babies hasn't been punished yet." I heard Jane gasp. Surely she didn't mean, "Come over here, Peter." As if they were moving under their own power, I felt my legs carrying me towards where she sat today. Before I knew what was happening, she had grabbed me and pulled me over her lap. She allowed me to leave the diaper on at least, though I wasn't sure why. Whack! Her hand came down. I braced myself for the sting, but it didn't really hurt. In fact, I didn't feel a thing. Whack! Came another blow. Perhaps it's the padding? No, I didn't feel anything at all. This was very strange. Whack! This woman must be really weak. But something didn't seem right. She had spanked Jane hard enough to make her pee herself. Surely I should feel something. Then, as that very thought crossed my mind, I did feel something. Not another blow, but a warmness spreading through the front of my diaper. I was wetting myself. But how? Everything was dark. I was confused. I wasn't over Jane's mom's lap anymore. In fact, I didn't see Jane anywhere around. I wasn't even at her house. It was mine. I was in my room. A dream. It was all a dream. I had never received a desperate call from Jane, or rushed to her house, or been spanked by her mom. But one thing remained. That warm feeling was still there. I knew it all too well. For the first time in years, I had wet my bed.